Welcome everybody to this sixth session of FSE on Tweakable block ciphers. There's going to be 4 talks. The first talk, new constructions of maps from Tweakable block ciphers by Benoit Koliati, Yu-Yong Lee, and Yannick Surit. And Yannick will be giving the talk.
Thank you for the introduction. So let me briefly summarize the contribution of the paper. So we propose new map constructions constructed from block ciphers or tweakable block ciphers. And these maps are either stateless and deterministic or non-spaced or randomized. So in total we propose 4 new constructions which are called hash as tweak, hash as key for stateless and deterministic ones, and not as tweak or not as key for the non-spaced constructions. So the constructions are really simple, but yet they provide the security beyond the buzz down with respect to the blockades of the underlying primitive. And the TBC, the Tweakable block cipher-based constructions are probably secure in the standard model, while the block cipher-based constructions are probably secure in the ideal cipher model. And for the nonce-based construction, we see that they are non-species resistant, which means that you can repeat nonces without security collapsing. And more precisely, they provide graceful security degradation with the maximum number of nonce repetitions. So let me start with a few generalities. So first, the security definitions for a MAC is as follows. So a MAC is a summative key primitive, which takes as input a message and potentially a nonce, and which returns a tag. And the adversary can make MAC queries to a MAC oracle, Q MAC queries, for a message of its choice, and then it can make V verification queries or forgery attempts for a message of its choice, and if one of the MAC is accepted, the adversary wins. Okay. So we distinguish 3 types of MAC. So the first type is very simple, it's stateless and deterministic MAC, which means that the MAC function only takes the key and the message as input, and it's, in some sense, it's very similar to a variable input length pseudo-random function. Okay? The second type is the nonce-based type of MAC, where the MAC function takes as input the message, but also a nonce, which nominally should be unique for each message. And so usually the nonce is chosen by the sender of the message, but for the security model we assume that the nonces are chosen by the adversary, up to the constraint that the adversary cannot repeat the nonce any nonce more than mu times, where mu is a parameter of the security game. And so when mu is 1, we call the adversary nonce-respecting, and when mu is more than 1, we call the adversary nonce-misusing. And so this captures the case where we want the scheme to be non-species resistant in case the sender has some problems to generate unique nonces. Okay. And finally, we can have a randomized MAC where the MAC function takes as input random counts in addition to the key and the message. Okay. And we'll see that for beyond birthday security, there is a nice relation between nonce-based and randomized MACs. So ideally, for nonce-based MACs, we would want the security not to collapse when a nonce is repeated. And some MACs, for example, Legman-Carter MACs, GMAC, don't have this property. And it's a problem because you can completely lose the security if a single nonce is used twice. Okay? So ideally, we would like the security to degrade gracefully in case nonces are repeated. And if you have this property, you can easily transform your scheme into a beyond birthday bound secure randomized MAC simply by generating nonces randomly. Okay, and if your MAC is non-species resistant, then you will have this relation between the security as a randomized MAC and the security as a non-space MAC. And so basically, you can prove that if you generate nonces randomly, they will repeat with mu times with mu multiplication probability, which is here. And if you can, so this equation here is true for any value of mu. But the question is whether this term here is small for mu greater than 1. And if it's the case, if your security degrades gracefully, then you can compute this term for mu greater than 1, and then this is a beyond birthday bound term, okay? Which is not the case for mu equals 1. This is just birthday collision probability. So if your non-space Mach security degrades gracefully with the number of nonce repetitions, then you can just repeat. You can just generate nonces randomly, and you retain beyond birthday security. Okay? And to finish with the introduction, so let me just introduce the building blocks for our construction. So we'll use either block ciphers, where for each key the mapping from the message to the ciphertext is a permutation, or tweakable block ciphers. So tweakable block ciphers take an extra parameter, a tweak, okay, and so syntactically for each key and each tweak, the mapping from the plain text to the ciphertext must be a permutation. And for this talk, it would be useful to think of a keyed tweakable block cipher as a kind of imperfect pseudo-random function from. So if your tweak is t bits, the key tweakable block cipher takes n plus t bits of input and outputs n bits, and it would be useful to think of it as an imperfect pseudo-random function in the sense that if any tweak is used at most a few times, then a tweakable block cipher really behaves like closely to a random n plus t to n bit function, in the sense that you cannot detect the absence of the permutation that if you use the tweak, any tweak only a few times, you cannot detect that you have a permutation, so you're close to a random function. Okay, so now I will start with stateless deterministic max. So what is the standard way to construct such a Mach? So it's what is called the UHF then PRF construction, and you simply start from a fixed input length PRF, and you hash the message with an almost universal hash function, and you encrypt or you put the output in the PRF. If your hash function is almost universal, which means that the collision probability taken over the random draw of your key is small, then you can show that this is a good PRF, okay? And then a good stateless deterministic Mach. And in fact, most Machs are variants of this construction. And the security bound for this construction is birthday bound with respect to the collision probability of the hash function, simply because as long as you have no collision at the input of the fixed input length PRF, the DAGs are uniformly random, and so you have so the security is ensured unless you have collisions here, which happens with probability Q squared epsilon over 2. And so typically you would instantiate here your fixed inputless PRF with the block cipher, and you get birthday bound security for this construction. So we will see now how to obtain beyond birthday bound using a tweakable block cipher. And this is the first construction we propose, which is called hash as tweak. What we do is we simply hash the message twice, and we use the second hash, as input, as tweak input to the tweakable block cipher. Okay. So really, what we are doing here is just using the tweakable block cipher as an n plus t bit PRF, and using a larger hash function as input to this PRF. Okay. And you can prove security simply because the bad event here will be a double collision now for the message and the tweak, and this gives you a simple bound, a simple beyond birthday bound with respect to the collision probability of your hash functions. And actually, in a follow-up work, which will be presented tomorrow by List and Andy, they have proposed a simple variant where you use a single universal hash function, and you can prove security under more complex universal hash type properties of the hash function. So this is for the Tweakable based construction, and you can do something similar with an ideal cipher. Simply by using, so if you don't have a Tweakable block cipher but only a block cipher, you can simply use the second hash as input to the key of your block cipher. Sorry. And there is an important caveat now which is that your output function here is unkeyed. Okay, so you need an extra condition on your hash functions, which is that they must be uniform, which means that for any input, the distribution of the output or the number of the key must be close to uniform. Otherwise, if the adversary for some message can predict the output of HF and H prime, it can obviously compute the tag because the output function here is unkeyed. Okay? And this is why we need the ideal cipher model to prove the security of this construction. Okay? So we can prove the security assuming that hash and H prime are almost universal and almost uniform. And again, we have beyond the birthday bound security. So this was for the stateless and deterministic constructions. Okay, let me mention that this construction here, based on an ideal cipher, can be seen as a special case of a more general construction, which we call the universal hash then random oracle construction, where you just hash your message and then you input the output to a random oracle, and you can prove that this is a secure PRF. Okay? And I'm not aware of any security proof under a standard assumption on the output function here, which is unkeyed. So it's probably hard to do a proof without the random function oracle. So let's go now with nonce-based constructions, nonce-based MACs. So again, what is the standard way to construct a nonce-based MAC? So it's called the Wegmann-Carter construction. So you just it's based on an epsilon almost XOR universal hash function, where you simply hash your message, and then you simply mask the output with a one-type pad. And so this is nice because this gives you information theoretic security, but since handling one-type pads is not very handy, you just replace the one-type pads by a pseudo-random function applied to a nonce. Okay? And this gives you more or less ideal security. But in practice, you replace your pseudo-random function by a block cipher, and then your security goes back to the birthday bound simply because of the PRF switching error. Okay? And so this is the first problem, and another problem is that this construction is not non-specious resistant, and depending on the hash function you're using, a single nonce repetition can completely block security, in particular for polynomial hashing. So how do we solve these two problems with Tweakable block cipher? Again, the idea is very simple. We just use the nonce as the tweak input for the Tweakable block cipher. And as I said before, if nonces are not repeated too much, if tweaks are not repeated too much, the Tweakable block cipher will behave as a random function, close to a random function, and so your tags will be uniform here, as long as you don't have collisions at the output of your hash function. And this property is what gives the graceful security degradation property. So the bound has this form here. So mu is the maximal number of repetitions of nonces. So if you make mu equals to 1 here, which is for the nonce-respecting adversaries, then you can see that this term here disappears, and you recover the ideal security of Riemann data max. Security is just B times epsilon. And if mu is not too large, then you have beyond the bound security. Okay? And actually, this construction here can be seen as a special case of a previous construction, which was based on a PRF called WMAC by Black and Cochrane. And finally, if you don't have a tweakable block cipher, again, you can do things with only a block cipher. And what you can do, as before, is use the nonce as input to the key of the block cipher. And again, so here again you need the hash function to be almost zero uniform, but also uniform. And again, you will get beyond birthday bound security when mu is not too large. And as you can see, the security degrades gracefully with the nonce multiplicity. And an important point to notice here is that you need to use your block cipher in Davis-Meyer mode to make the output function non-invertible, because here the input to the key is known to the attacker, it's just a nonce, so it could, if you don't use Davis-Meyer mode here, you can just invert the tag and recover the output of the hash function, and usually it will break the construction. So in conclusion, we have proposed four new simple MAC constructions, which have the nice property to be secure beyond the birthday bound, and nonce-misuse resistant for the nonce-based ones. I haven't mentioned any security proofs, but they all rely on the standard hash coefficients technique. And also, if you want so here I have treated the hash function as a black box. So if you want a completely block cipher-based construction, you need to somehow instantiate your hash function from block cipher or tweakable block cipher, but the proofs are completely generic, so you can use any block cipher or tweakable block cipher-based construction, and there are many in the literature. And finally, I just want to mention that the nonce-as-tweak construction, for example, has been used in the version 1.4 of the Deoxys CISA candidate. That's it. Thank you.
So there's time for questions. Any questions? Questions? Well, I do have a question. So in the past, when people have looked at, for instance, generic composition, they synthesize all possible combinations of the respective primitives. So here you use a tweakable block cipher and a hash function. So have you looked at all possible combinations and discarded the rest, or might there still be things out there?
No, it was not really systematic. So maybe there are other constructions possible. No, our approach was kind of ad hoc. It was not systematic.
Any other questions? If not, I suggest we take the speaker again.